Welcome. In solving quadratic equation, we know of factorization. We have that of completing the square, and that of the quadratic formula used and the graphical method. Or let's say those are the three main methods we use in solving quadratic equation. But I got to know of the fourth method, which is called PQ formula. PQ formula, in which is not different from what we are using as completing the square. So let's say we are where a quadratic equation is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals what? 0. This is what we are aware of. But in using the PQ formula, we make use of x squared plus px plus q equals what? 0. So if we are making use of this, is the same as this, just that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So it means that when the question is given and the coefficient is in terms of this, you divide all the constant or all the three terms by the a in order to have 1 in this place before the PQ formula can be used. Now, how does the PQ formula come about, or how is it derived? It is just a mere completing the square approach. So here I'm going to pick it first to derive the formula, then we apply it onto this equation. So here we know that under completing the square, we have x squared plus px equals to negative q, as in transposing the q from the left to the right, which was positive to become what? Negative. Now, if that is done, we are going to use the term completing the square. A square in this case will mean that x times x. Then this will mean that p times x, right? So let's do some illustration. Imagine I have the square which has the length of x and x. So if the length is x and x, their product in terms of area is going to be x squared. So I've gotten the first part. For the second part, if I introduce a p also as a square, when p is here, it becomes p times x will give me the px as a product, which is becoming the area. Now, when that is done, I'll have my px here. But this is no more a square. This is now a rectangle. So how will I make here the left side to be a square in order to have the completing the square? Let's divide the p into 2. P divided into 2 means p over 2, or half of p. So if I take away this, so I am left with only half of p. It is no more p. Then what happened to that half? Remember, we have p times x. So it's a complete square. That half can be placed at this side. So let's say I'm placing that half at this side. This is going to be p over 2. This is going to be x, right? This is also going to be p over 2 because we have divided the p. This is the length to be p divided into 2. Half of it is p over 2, p over 2. So this is also p over 2. Hence, the area here becomes p over 2 times x. That is p over 2x. The length here times the length here will also be p over 2 what? X. But does this become a square? No. So we need to complete this square. That is the completing the square formula approach in algebraic expression. So if I'm going to complete this, anything I put here, this value or whatever I put here will make this become a square. So if this is 5, this is 4. 4, 5, that will be 9. 4, 5, 9. 9 on one side, 9 on the other side, make it a square. So it means that I need something to complete that square. But whatever I have here is x squared plus what? Px. X squared p over 2x plus p over 2x give me the px. So x squared plus px is here plus this. Whatever I'm going to add is an add-on or an addition to complete that square. How will I get that? I can see the length of this is p over 2. The length of this is p over 2. Meaning the square here is just going to be p over 2 all square as the area of this. So now I have my complete square, which is in the form x squared plus p over 2x plus p over 2x give me px, then plus p over 2 all square. Remember, it is equals to negative q. But what happened? This is what we have. We have introduced this. And this is an equal sign, meaning the left side of the equal sign should be equals to the right side. So if I've added this value to complete the square on the left, that value must be added to the other side also to maintain the equilibrium, if I can put that way, of the equal sign. I guess we are good to go. All right. Now, if you look at this, what is this? This is the area here plus this plus this plus this, all of this, which is the same as the square. So if I'm multiplying the length of this square by the length of this square, I get the total area. So x plus p over 2, which is one side, x plus p over 2 multiplied together give me a value of these three terms. So instead of writing these three terms, I can write only the formula length times length of a square, giving me the values I'm looking for. So that means that I can have x plus p over 2 all square. Why all square? X plus p over 2 times x plus p over 2 give me the square of that value, which is equals to, here I want to write the positive first, p over 2 all square minus what? Q. What are we doing? Remember, p, q are just constant, they are values, or they are real numbers, if I can put that way. It can be decimal, and later on transfer it to a fraction. So I am going to keep the x, remove the p over 2, which are all values. But I'm having a square here, so I have to square both sides, so that the square will be eliminated. I have to find the square root, not the square root of both sides. Because of space, I'm going to have x plus p over 2 equals to the root of p over 2 all square minus q. But remember, as I find the square root of both sides, I should be prepared to have two solutions. Both the positive values, 4 times 4, give me the root of 16, which is 4, right? Negative 4 times negative 4 also give me the root of what? 16, which is also what? 4. So I can get a positive value, I can also get a negative value. It is the x you are interested in, so maintain that x. Transpose this from positive to become negative p on 2 plus or minus. Remember, it's going there, so it's being added onto this p on 2 minus what? Q. This is the pq formula. Remember, this is more or less, not more or less, this is just the completing the square formula we know. Just that we do not have it taken as a formula. It is a process. You perform the step-by-step method and you arrive at the final answer. But this, you can just take the equation, go straight with the formula. You get the point? This is where it is becoming like a formula, so that you don't have to go through all this process to arrive at the answer. You just have to identify p. So here, p is going to be 5. Remember, p is in front of x, so 5. Then q is going to be the constant term, which is going to be 6. So what do? I just substitute this value into this formula. Because of space, I'm going to do it direct to get the answer as x equals to p as 5 over 2 plus or minus the root of p as 5. Remember, there's a square here, over 2 all square minus what? 6. This is also negative, but I'm trying to look at the space. Okay, let's write so that I can clean this part. I guess you are getting the concept as we are moving on. This is going to be the square of 5 over the square of 2. So 25 over 4. 25 over 4 minus 6 over 1. I want to make this to become 4. So multiply here by 4, I will get 4. Here by 4, I'll get 24. The same denominator, 25 minus 24, 1. 1 over 4 become whatever will be in the square root. So now your x will become negative 5 on 2 plus or minus the root of 1 over 4. And you know the root of 1 over 4 means the root of 1 divided by the root of 4. So we can also get a value from there. So let's see. We now have our x equals to minus 5 over 2 plus or minus 1 over 2. So in this, we are looking for two values because of the positive and negative. So the first value of x will be minus 5 over 2 plus 1 over 2. The same denominator. So minus 6 plus 1. That will be minus 4. Divided by 2. Give you your x1 to be minus 2. Then your x2 will become minus 5 over 2. We are going for the negative 1 over 2. Minus 5 minus 1 will give you minus 6 divided by 2. Your x2 will also become negative 3. So therefore, x is equal to minus 2 or what? Minus 3. If you were to follow factorization, you arrive at the same answer. If you were to use the quadratic formula, you arrive at the same answer. Using the completing the square as a process method, you arrive here. By using this as a PQ formula, I just got to know that is what the people in Germany constantly use. Let's say normally use to solve quadratic equations. So in case you don't want to use any of the methods you already know, you are looking for the third option. I know there are other options in terms of calculus, using calculus to arrive at the answer, but based on this can also be used for PQ formula. Share, like, comment, and subscribe.